This is Reframe, the podcast from the College of Education, Health, and Society on the campus of Miami University. In this episode, we travel to Luxembourg, where Miami University hosts the European country's oldest American partnership, and where both students and faculty alike are encouraged to participate in an immersive intercultural experience that's unlike almost any other study abroad program. After his first experience at Miami University's Luxembourg campus, it wasn't long before Dr. Jeffrey Wanko and his family began planning their second, and then their third. Wanko first made the trip in 2007 when he supervised student teachers at American military schools across Germany, but he and his family stayed at the university's chateau in Luxembourg when they weren't on the road.
When we were at the chateau, we're like, oh, this is a really neat place. I really like the idea of spending some time in a place with students and talking a lot about, the courses, the content that you're really excited about. So I designed 2 courses to teach there and propose them, and I was fortunate to be selected 6 years ago to go and teach there. So I went twice.
Wanko, Miami University Associate Provost and a professor of teacher education, taught in Luxembourg during 2011 and 2012. But now he's back home again, fresh from his most recent visit this past academic year.
I was the first person to get to do this from my department in teacher education, and that has helped, I think, other people to begin to think about, we want to make that available to other people as well.
At Miami, the Luxembourg program represents one of the most significant and immersive intercultural experiences available. In fact, Miami's Luxembourg Chateau, also known as the Dolibois European Center, is actually regarded as the university's 4th campus. The program is open to all majors and disciplines, and participants can study or teach for a term or an entire year. There are some recurring classes, but the curriculum is mostly designed by faculty who propose courses that reflect their own academic expertise. The only requirement is that every class flows around some central European motif. So, coming from Miami's College of Education, Health, and Society, Wanko proposed courses that aligned with his background in mathematics and teacher education. One was a mathematics history course. The other was a comparative education course, which also allowed Wanko to accentuate the similarities and differences between American and European school systems by organizing a study tour to Finland.
To actually be there and to take people to schools in another country was really powerful. Finland is a country that scores very high on international comparisons, which is why I picked it. And the students there do very, very well. And yet they don't go to school as many hours in a day. They have a lot of free time during the day. The students don't get homework. The students study a lot of different things. They focus on the whole learner.
According to Wanko, this is very different from most approaches back in the United States, which is typically much more focused on academic content.
In the United States, we often teach, we'll say we teach math or we teach language arts. But in Finland and other countries, I'll say, well, we teach kids. That's one of the basic ideas there.
In Finland, it goes beyond an emphasis on just academic content. There, it's also about the community collective and about learning how to teach and engage kids from a deeper, more holistic perspective. This, of course, would be an ideal intercultural class for a teaching major, but Wanko believes that learning about other educational systems can be enlightening for all students, especially within this intercultural context. Most Miami students, regardless of major, will support local school districts as professionals and may have children of their own one day. And by using Finland as an example, Wanko helps them understand what else is possible. And for Mira Alexander, a Miami senior and kinesiology major, it's been an eye-opening experience.
For me, it was refreshing because certain classes, when I studied abroad, like the education class, brought light to an area that I think is now really important that I would have never really thought twice about. But for me, I think it was a good decision to expand myself a little bit more.
People often wonder how Miami University, a liberal arts college surrounded by rural Ohio farmland communities, found a home in Luxembourg, a small European country bordered by France and Germany. But really, it was Luxembourg that found Miami. Miami's Luxembourg campus at the Dolibois European Center is named after John Dolibois, Originally born in Luxembourg, Dolibois enrolled as a Miami student in 1938. He would eventually serve as Luxembourg's U.S. ambassador, and it was his deep affection for the university that led him to become a strong advocate for the partnership. Today, the center represents the oldest American program in Luxembourg. Next year, it'll celebrate its 50th anniversary, and every year, participants enjoy an exciting intercultural atmosphere that's still reminiscent of the Miami experience back home. All courses and grades count as if they were earned in Ohio, but along with the college credit also comes the multitude of immersive opportunities. Most students discover European life as a local. They participate in numerous cultural events and festivities. On the weekends, they travel. Paris, Berlin, London are all popular destinations, but on overnight trains, some adventurous students are able to venture as far as Budapest and Prague. And while in Luxembourg, Miami students live with host families who may or may not speak the same language, which can push even the furthest boundaries of almost anyone's comfort zone.
I think it's extremely powerful for students to get that chance to experience other cultures and to broaden their understanding of the world. I've seen that growth for students, really learning to respect other people and other people's ways of going about doing things and ways of thinking about things. It's really wonderful.
And for students like Mira Alexander, the experience has been more than transformative. It's been reverential, even.
Having that sense of independence that comes from being far from home and being exposed to so many different cultures, I know that's something that really helped me come home and feel a lot changed, but all for the better in a way. I just have a new perspective on the way I handle school, the way I can watch the news. I had a lot of fun, and I think that it's something to take advantage of if you're at Miami.